Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Matchbook Horse Racing Podcast, where York takes centre stage. It is the Ebor Festival, 4 mighty days on the Knavesmire, and we kick off with the Jubbont International, which is, it's not. I know it's not a whopping field size-wise, but you've got the horses you'd want there. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. However you're listening, wherever you're watching. Best no-cost way of supporting our content. Use the bonus code POD50 to get 50 quid in free bets. You should know about that by now, but if you're new, you can get £50 in free bets by using a bonus code POD50. Head to the website for all the terms and conditions. And I'll remind you later on, or at the end of each day, we're doing the first 2 days here, the £5 money back as a free bet, best bet treble. But I'll tell you how exactly that works when you get to our best bets, for new and existing customers. Right, Jubbont International. We've got a few different ways of playing this. I'll come to you, Micheál Deasy, first of all. So you've got the Eclipse 1-2 going back up against each other, and well, that's it for you, right?
Yeah, this is close to no bet race for me. I'm just going to play a reverse forecast if I have to do one. I think they're probably ahead of the rest of the horses. Although, look, I can't say no much about the French or the Japanese form, but I thought that they're the 2 best horses in the race. I could see Delacroix beating Ombudsman again. Even when you look back at the Eclipse, that they were talking about they should have put a pacemaker in for Ombudsman, but I think what Delacroix did was really impressive. Ombudsman and solid horse, so I'll just go for a reverse forecast for them to come in the first 2 in either order, and you'll get a slightly better price than just back a 1 to win.
The Japanese form, I want to touch on Dan on Dessau, because he obviously beat Calandagan last time. Now, Calandagan would have been a bit undercooked, sure, but I think he was massively undercooked. And he won what is always a good Shima Classic. Of all the races on World Cup night, Rebels Romance back in 4th. And Calandagan has obviously come out and beaten that horse and won 2 top-level races and won the King George. So, now, there's substance to that form. I think the key for me is that at the prices, he's the one I want to take at 6.5 down in Dessau, because they're not going to crawl here. You've got Rab Havlin on Burr Castle, who I don't think is going to be asked to go even 12s. I think he's going to be asked to go quicker than that, to be honest, because that's what they did at Ascot, and it suited Ombudsman when he came from off it. My issue with Delacroix is he was tricky at Epsom. It wasn't just the track that beat him; it was his demeanour, and he, I don't think he's straightforward at all. Now, Sandown, you can get away with that. It's not a track where horses get overcooked, really, because you can do 1 lap of the paddock very quickly, having been saddled miles away from them. You walk around the back of the course and you walk down the back to the start. Whereas at York, you've got to come all the way across the Knavesmire. I know you then go right down to the start, so you don't go right in front of the stands. But York is a place where it can find horses out, and just from that, I want to be against him. And I think Dan and Dessau. He's got the speed for this distance. He's a 10 furlong winner. He's going to get quick ground, which is what he wants. And I just thought he was the one at the prices that I wanted to play. It's not a massively strong opinion, but at 6.5, he will do for me. Steve.
Yeah, bit of a surprise that you're going for Dubai form. Yeah. I'm going for York form, and that is See the Fire, who I think has been completely overlooked because she didn't run very well at Goodwood on heavy ground on a flip start, where she was the one that was always going to be inconvenienced by the flag start. Previous to that, I thought she ran really well. Okay, she's got ground to make up on Ombudsman on their form at Royal Ascot in the Prince of Wales Stakes, but again, she sort of didn't get a clear run through there, although Ombudsman was inconvenienced as well. He came around the outside, and See the Fire stuck to the inside, and don't think that was the place to be. She's going to have to improve, but going to York, I think, will improve her. She won by 12 lengths, albeit in a fillies race at Group 2, the Middleton Stakes at the Dante meeting. But to win that by 12 lengths, and if you go back to this meeting 12 months ago, she won the Strensel at Group 3. She has got plenty of Group 1 form. She's not been in the winners' enclosure after 1, but I think she's been totally underestimated. So I think Delacroix I'm surprised Delacroix is not a further favourite. Like their Ombudsman and him are close together, and I don't think that should be the case. I think Delacroix should be a fair way clear. but See the Fire is a big player in this race. So for that reason, I'm going to have small stakes on the filly See the Fire.
Sarah at 9.0 previous course and distance winner. All right, we're going back to the start of the day. So again, for Thursday, we'll start with the Yorkshire Oaks, the Group 1, and then go back to the start. So we are back to, I love this race, 5.5 furlongs to kick off the meeting. And I'll come straight back at you, Steve, because this is a strong opinion. It's your best bet as well on the day.
Yeah, Jordan's Electrics, who's a 9-year-old, and you'd think, well, it can't be improving or anywhere near the best form. But that last season was when he showed his best form. He won 4 times on the bounce, albeit they were all at Hamilton. But then in this very race, he ran JM Jungle to less than a length. And JM Jungle has definitely improved this season, but has he improved as much as that? Because Jordan Electrics was trying to give him nearly a stone all by a pound. So that was a cracking effort. And it wasn't the first time that Jordan Electrics run well at York. And I think off the back of 2 runs this season, he should be kind of lined up for this. And he didn't run at all badly in the Stewards Cup from the far side. He's drawn 2, and that wasn't the place to be. So, yeah, Jim Goldie to work the magic again with Jordan Electrics.
Couple for you, Micheál Deasy.
Yeah, the first one is Squealer, Nigel Tinkler's horse, who beat JM Jungle over course and distance, or maybe over 5 furlongs at York in June. Before JM Jungle went on to, that was after he won at Epsom. And then he's franked the form since. So JM Jungle is running off 112 now. Steve would be delighted to hear that. Squealer just is a rock solid York horse. He's 5 years old. He's had a good season. I mean, he hasn't been out of he was another top 3 in his first race, the first 3 races. But ignored last race, it just didn't go right from him. He was flying home at Pontefract. He's a big price. He's about 19.0, so I'll go win place on him. He's about 17.0. That's Squealer. And the other one I liked was Van de Man, Kevin Ryan's horse. Again, look, he has very good course distance form here. He's ultra consistent. His worst race of the season was at the start of the season behind American Affair. Like it shows he finished 11th, but he wasn't that far back, and he just got blocked in his run. They've gone for the headgear on him. He's tumbled down the weights. He started off the season running off 92. He's going to be running here now off 88. I think if the cheek pieces can bring out a bit of improvement, he should go very well again. He's about 17.0, and I had about 6 in the shortlist. I just want to give shout to one more, Air Force One for Jeff Oldroyd. One off top weight last time, and at York, had to switch across to make his run. And Jeff Oldroyd is having his best season ever. I think he's had something like a 30% strike rate from his horses. He's got a few good horses on this year. I give him a shout, but he was the shortest price, so I put up the Squealer and Van de Man. Big prices, all win place, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have a couple on side there. I just want to play low and I want to play pace. Simple as that. So low and pace is the man. That was the case when the horse beat Loom. It was a little while back. It was a Dante meeting. Came out of 10 on that occasion, but Loom's frustrated me since, but I thought it was a good performance. So that was the first start since the win was done. But the horse has improved since the hood went on. I imagine they just kept the horse off for this. So 8.0, I think I definitely want the man on side. And the other one is the Irish Raider, Cuban Grey, who Holly Doyle takes over from claimer Rory Mulligan, who I don't know much about. But the horse is drawn 2, and the horse shows plenty of pace, and it has been competitive in some decent Irish handicaps. And I thought 26.0 for an Irish Raider who's well drawn, with a jockey upgrade and out of likely to be on the speed, I thought was just far too big. So I wanted Cuban Grey on side as well, win and place, 26.0. Acomb Stakes. Go on. Sorry.
I actually think the pace in that race will be the other side. I think Marty Hopkirk is the pace. He's drawn 19. he's just going to go out in front and probably wants to. He probably a 4.5 furlong horse, but I think he's the base. I was trying to get something near him, and that was one thing that drew me to Squealer as well. Seeing as you mentioned the pace, I think it's important for York.
I agree. Yeah, it's just there is overall the last 2 years there is a big statistical draw bias low. I agree it might not happen in this race because there is pace high, but it's just if I'm trying to rule horses out, that there is a big on the race IQ data. There's a big old draw bias far side. I just think we tend to see that anyway, but it doesn't always work out, obviously. All right, you Dees in the Acom. But it's a strong opinion, isn't it?
It's a very strong. It's my best bet of the day, and as a win place bet or an each way bet, I think this is one of the bets of the year. It's Jawan for Andrew Balding. It's only run once. Run at Newbury in a really, really good novice race that has thrown up Chaldine, Bayside Boy, Reach for the Moon. The last years, like they sent good horses to it. He beat a good lad from Horse Ruler at a time, I think, who has run well since. But if you watch the race, it just everything seemed to go not wrong for the horse, but like he was drawn out wide, no cover, ran green as grass, just running all over the place, but just managed to just pull himself into the lead on the bridle, went away from them, won very easily. I think he probably shocked them all because he went off. He was a big enough price and he wasn't backed on the day. But looking at the top two make the market, they're very short. I just thought Giovanni was like, he's probably been overlooked because there's a Godolphin horse and a Coolmore horse at the top of the market, but he's about 16.0, 14.0. I'd have him way closer to being favourite just based on that run. I don't think much of the rest of them are up to anything. So yeah, at a 16.0, Joanne for Andrew Balding. Pity Oshin is not, but Oshin has been retained now by Maral Cigar, who has a horse in the race. But yeah, he's my best bet of the day, and definitely to place anyway, top three. And I could see him winning.
Sorry, you do have one in here, Steve Jones. I apologise. It's the next one. It's DC Solo. Go on, bud.
Yeah, it's just purely because Italy has group form, and I think that counts for a huge amount. You can be impressive on debuts like a few of them have, but the standard is set by Italy's second at Newmarket in the superlative stakes. So not my kind of price. So only like a token effort, but Italy for me.
And then Dees, it is just you taking on a dual Derby winner in Lambourne with Karmas. I if there was 8 in it, I'd be keen to play something at a price, but I don't know, not for me. 1.9 the field, but Dees, go on.
Yeah, look, I'll just go on him on the nose. I mean, this is well known as a ledger trial. I'd look at Lambourne's farm now as impressive as he was in the Derbies. Both Derbies were complete shite. Farm, I think out of the Epsom Derby, there's only one horse that came in behind him as one, just Tornado Watch, and that was a German race. And the Irish Derby is, look, I'm not even going to go on about it. I just don't think there's a lot of depth to the farm. If you look at Karmers, the race Karmers won at Ascot. He beat Further, who has won a couple of times since. He beat Scandinavia, who is now the favourite for the ledger. A few other horses in there have won. Pinhall has run well. I just think at the price, I think he's well worth taking a bet. I know that like Petty Toomey thinks he's a serious horse, probably the best horse he's ever had. He's the Open Basel out of see the stars. He's very well bred. He'll definitely get the trip. And weird things happen in York. Big wide open space. Lambourne isn't going to have a rail to run along next this time. He's going to be out in the middle of the track, and I can see Karmers giving him a proper race and probably beating him. So yeah, Karmers. The Voltature.
Yeah, surely the only horse that is running in this race. The first time he's tackled a distance as short as 1.5 miles. That's not a negative. I think it's amazing. It's nuts. I love it. Right, we'll see how he goes. Skybet Stairs handicap. I don't know how we've got to a team steam here, but we have. Steve, we're all with Terrorize, who is. Look, he's going to have to step up definitely on last time, because this is a tougher race, but I was pretty impressed with the manner of the performance, and I thought 13.0 was fair enough. I think he's £1 wrong, but I win and place. I thought he was pretty solid there, and he's a very unexposed horse at the distance in this sphere. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the £1 is irrelevant, isn't it? Because he's gone up £7 for that win. If he'd gone up £8, would you have changed your mind? Of course you wouldn't have done. So that's a complete irrelevance. So
it's obviously it's not putting me off. It's just not.
Yeah, it's an irrelevance. It's like
it's a pound. It's not
like official ratings outside of handicaps.
It's not irrelevant, is it? Because pounds are what the whole handicap system is based on. So it's not irrelevant. I don't think it's going to make any difference.
I remember. I mean, every other day that every horse in a handicap finishes in a line 8-way dead heat. Yeah. Anyway, Terrorize improved massively for going up for 2 miles. And it's got huge amount of potential. Won at Cartmel hugely well in, and will continue to progress. And interestingly, Brian Ellison has decided to have a pop at this sort of race. He's not stupid, because he knows that it's easier to give weight to horses lower down the handicap with less ability. But that makes me to come to the conclusion, which was obvious last time, that this horse is very well handicapped. So you might as well have a pop at something while you're decent, while you're well handicapped. And he's got Holly Doyle on it. So the fact that we're all on Terrorize must mean that we're terrorists, is it? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, probably. Fair enough. What do you want to add, Dees?
Nothing. Covered it all there. Just bottom weight. Good jockey. Holly Doyle has no problem doing the lightweights. And Brian Ellison has obviously eyed this up from a long way out. So best of luck to him.
All right. That is the Stayers handicap done. Any other bets? DC, one for you in the 4:45.
Yeah, Carl Burke's horse over the Blues. This is a price thing as well. I think he's probably overpriced for what he did. So I know my page is loading with my notes here. He ran.
You're right, Dees.
Sorry. Yeah, he was third to get it on Ask a Trials Day.
DC, you literally glitched. Then it was like you had a glitch. It was like,
come on, I'm under pressure here. He was second. He was third to get it on Ask a Trials Day in his second run for the yard. And they were probably just trying to figure him out. No, they put him in a listed race next time, a Haydock, and again he ran all right. His draw, he was not favourite at the start of June at Doncaster in a class 3, but he was drawn the wrong side. He finished 7th. It was only 3 lengths, but all the horses drawn the other side were filled the first 6 places. So I'd give him a break on that. I just think at 17.0, he's been given a nice break now. He's off 74 days. He had been running kind of not through the winter, but into late autumn in Ireland for Patrick Foley. Again, look, this is a lot of these horses are going to have been targeted at York, but I think it's just a sneaky one for Carl Burke. And again, he's 17.0. I think he's a big price, and if they can get another few pounds improving out of him, he should go close.
Steve, you got a couple, one in that and one later on.
Yeah, the one in that race is Nova May, who is rattled up a hat-trick of wins all over 6 furlongs, 9 lengths, 6.5 lengths, and last time half a length at Windsor from a wide draw. And I think that this horse is going to be even better over 5 furlongs. And Michael Dodds wasn't in much form earlier on in the season. His horses, clearly there was a problem. I think he's over that. Although he isn't having many winners, he's having a lot of horses that are runner up and run well. So I don't have any issues there. I think Nova May improving going up to 5 furlongs. And the other one is Chairman 4 Times, which is in the last race. And Chairman 4 Times is another horse that I think is in decent form. And look, it's a wide open race, but the way that he's been running, I think he's got an excellent chance. And what I find very interesting. He's only run the 4 times and he won at Pontefract despite things not going his way last time. And I think for that reason, the handicapper hasn't been able to hit him too hard. And previous form makes him interesting in this nursery. And he's got Ashley Lewis, who claims 7, who's an apprentice attached to Gary Moore, who's excellent. And I think that's a very interesting jockey booking.
He's very good, isn't he? All right. That's our extra bets or other bets on the day. Matchbook Zero long shot that goes live an hour before the race. It's the place you're most likely to get the best odds because there's 0 margin, 0 commission. Win bet only. Mine's Cuban Grey in the opening sprint. DC.
Mine is Joanne in the Acom.
And Steve.
Mine is
Nova May.
Jordan Electrics.
No, it's not. It's Nova May, but don't worry. You were doing great.
Sorry, this is the long shot. I don't listen. I don't listen to you when you're talking. That's my problem. It's Nova May.
Best bets, Dan and Decile for me in the big one. DC.
Joanne in the Acom.
And Steve's is Jordan Electric.
And that's why I was confused because I heard you say Joanne and it's in both of them. And mine is Jordan Electric's best bet.
That's a £5 money back special, by the way. So that is if you put those 3 in a treble, you put a £5 on it, it doesn't win the treble, you get your money back. So do that, new and existing customers.
If it does, you get loads of money.
With those, you get an absolute bag.
Yeah.
All right. We're not playing the Thursday Group 1, the Yorkshire Oaks. No bet. It's a 4-runner race and it's silly prices. I mean, yeah, not for us. So we'll move on to the Lowther. I'm going to kick off with Time for Showcasing at 34.0. I was at Sandown when Jabir Abdullah won a race with another trainer, and I spoke to Charlie Johnson afterwards. He had a horse just touched off at it, and he felt that she was a possibility for it. Time for Showcasing, and they didn't go there, and he was very positive about her. Look, I could totally see why the Ed Walker filly is the price she is because she's got the form in the book. But I did come away thinking last time that Venetian Sun wasn't doing much, and I thought she was slightly flattered by it. Now she should the Ed Walker filly should probably go and win this, but I just wanted to back something against her, to be honest, and I can see this filly just massively outrunning her odds on the front end. I'm just trying to get her in the 3 really. Time for Showcasing at 34.0. She's got a big step up to take, I know, on what she's achieved, but she's 2 from 2 and might do that. DC.
Yeah, I went for a big price one as well. Secret Hideaway for Adrian Keatley. She actually won a listed race in her second race ever at York over 5 furlongs at the start of the season, and she was going away at the line. I think she was only getting going. She ran in the Queen Mary, did nothing there. Had a little pipe opener again recently in Deauville, finished second to finished 2 lengths behind Green Spirit there over in another Group 3. I think she's decent form. I think she's massively overpriced. She's actually 67.0 here now. I like you. Thought the Fab was too short. Like America Queen, I have to say, I thought she was really impressive, but like she won by 12 lengths. I think that could be a bit of a flatterer to deceive. And I like your horse as well, Time for Showcasing, but I think at 67.0, Secret Hideaway is massively overpriced, and she has Oshie Murphy on board as well, which is always a positive.
That is a big old price. Steve.
Stayer for me, who was runner-up in the Princess Margaret at Royal Ascot and didn't get the run of the race behind the all-the-way winner, Fitzella. Stayer has got a habit of missing the break a little bit. She's starting slow, but hopefully with racing, she'll start a bit quicker and she'll definitely be up to winning one of these. She ran really well over 5 furlongs in the Queen Mary, which was too short for her. She improved last time, going up to 6, having won at Sandown in a listed race. So, yeah, Stayer is really keen on her.
3 different horses going up in that. Then the Harry's Half Million is up next, the big sales race. Just you, Deese. How are you going to play it?
I think the last 2 years that I've covered this, my notes were back whatever horse is being punted on the day, and especially if it's a Richard Hannon horse. Now, there doesn't seem to be anything in that this year. I think Tade is way too short. I'd be laying him, even if he goes off at 4.0. He's about 3.0 now at the moment. He won his last race, but like they're on to hit the second different kind of headgear to put on him this year. I think they tried cheek pieces. Now they have blinkers on him. He won over in France. I think he's just way too short in a race like this. I definitely lay him in the win market, and probably lay him in the 2 or 3 place market as well. Again, look, this is wide open. There isn't much to go on, and I just had a quick look at the Richard Hanna horses, and I think out of the 2 of them, Saffron Dandy, I think, could be an interesting one. She was thrown into a fairly deep race in Ireland on her second start. She won her debut, and they sent her over to Group 3 behind Lady A-Man. And again, that was less than 2 weeks after her debut. She had a big break. They probably held her off for this. She's 21.0. My main bet would be laying the favourite, or laying Taddy for Archie Watson. I think he's far too short for this race.
Okay, that's Saffron Danny and Lay Tade in the sales race. We move on to a handicap, Mar handicap, traditionally a pretty good handicap as well. I have a pretty clear opinion here on Bullet Point, and that is that he's run a great race the last couple of starts, and that's been on the straight course at Ascot. And this is going to suit way better, I think. Just York being a track which I don't necessarily think you want to be a front runner, but if you can get from a low draw, which over the mile I think is even more important than the 7 furlongs, even though it tends to be played the other way. If you can get in around the speed when there's not loads of pace on, that should really suit this horse. Yeah. He's off the same mark as last time, where he was closed down by the Clive Cox horse, where they came from way off it. The My Cloud form is rock solid. Look, I best betted him last time, and I was disappointed he didn't get up. But I think I've got to side with him again. Still think he's really well treated off 100. Think he's a very good horse. Quick ground's no problem, and this is going to suit more on the straight course at Ascot, I think. So Bullet Point for me, I just think he'll go and win. DC, you're on a horse off a quick backup.
Yeah, just on Bullet Point, he was drawn the wrong side in both of those Ascot races, because I tipped him when he was beaten by My Cloud. He was drawn, I think, in stall 1 that day, and everything was winning, and My Cloud was stall 30. But my horse today is Leadman, and following him all year, David O'Mara's horse. He has a quick turnaround, but he's actually £5 well in. He should be running off 92. And again, like he should, like, he was in the when he was 87, so like he's got a bit in hand. Not ideal with the short turnaround, but like he's going to be flying home from the back. He's had a good season. He's been unlucky in a few races. I think he's generally run well. He got his win. He had a very good 2-year-old season. Look, they wouldn't be running him if he wasn't right. And again, look, he's a big price. He's 12.0. Look, I'll do a win place bet. I'll probably back Bullet Point as well, but I couldn't let Leadman run without having a few pounds on him, because I think he's probably a lot better than the mark is running off here. Well, he's £5 better, but I think he's probably even better than 92 as well. I think he's a good horse. All
right, and Steve, a regular here.
Awesome. Yeah, Northern Express become well handicapped again. A Michael Dodds horse again. His horses were something wrong with them earlier on in the season, running much better now. And Northern Express didn't run at all badly from the front last time in the International on King George Day at Ascot, a race that he won 12 months earlier. But I think it didn't really pan out as well this year. He's still in form, but he's dangerously well handicapped, and he's got a good record at York. So Northern Express way overpriced for me.
All right, that's 3 different ones going up for that handicap. Unsurprisingly, nothing for the Henry Cecil Gotris for me, but you two do. Steve, you can kick us off.
Yeah, Lady Vivian, who a lot of these horses in the betting ahead of her have had so many goes in listed races, and they haven't been able to win. And yet she seems to be ignored because she didn't run very well in the Ribblesdale, when maybe it wasn't her track. Maybe she's a bit keen. And at the end of the day, it's a Group 2. It might not have been a particularly strong Group 2, but in the scheme of fillies races, it's still a Group 2. And when you go back to the way she won a handicap at Chester, beating Way of Stars on a previous start, I thought that was impressive considering they were a country mile of the rest. Okay, that was only a handicap. And maybe that was part of the reason why she found Group 2 level a little bit too much of a jump. But listed level, yeah, Lady Vivian.
That's Lady Vivian for you. Dees, who's yours?
Look, this is very much dictated by the price, but I think Roseprick is too big a price. Very, very similar profile to Scenic, who won this race last year for Ed Walker and Oisin Murphy. Is one of those horses that's had a good few cracks at listed races, never quite got there, but she runs well every time. She's run well at York before. They've given her she was actually entered there last week at Salisbury, but they've pivoted to this. She was pulled out. I just think, look, at 21.0, I think she's a great bet for a place. No, they're only going to be getting 3 places on the sports books, which you would probably get 4 places on Matchbook. So I'd probably back her in the 3 place and the 4 place market and a small win bet as well.
Yeah, always check out those markets. You always have that tab to go for the 4 places if you don't want the 3. If you want to up that, just obviously reduce the odds slightly. Roseprick 21.0 for Dees. Matchbook 0 Thursday long shot, live an hour before each race. Best odds given the 0 margin, 0 commission, or likely to be. Time for showcasing for me in the 150. Dees, same race.
Secret Hideaway in the 150.
And Steve.
Northern Express.
Best bets, Dees. What have you done?
So I had to pick a different race. Like, I didn't want to stick in the 66 or the 67.0 shot. So Mini Hawk, because she'd win.
Yeah, she probably will, won't she? Mini Hawk boosting your odds at about 1.37 as DC's best bet. You still get a bit of stick for it. DC's best bet, Mini Hawk. Bullet point for me in that mile handicap, and Steve.
Stayer in the lather for me.
Good. We'll see you Thursday, everybody. Same sort of time Thursday to preview the final 2 days, Friday and Saturday, of the Welcome to Yorkshire Ebor Festival. Steve, DC, thank you very much indeed. Good luck over the first couple of days. Enjoy one of the best flat meetings of the summer. Bye.